What happens to crypto when quantum computers arrive? Could quantum computers crack Bitcoin? Could they break crypto wallets? And could they render today's security completely useless and in turn steal everybody's crypto? That might sound like science fiction, but it's a real conversation that's starting to gain traction online. And today's video comes directly from a viewer's suggestion. So shout out to Peter Welch, who commented on the Japan alert video asking me this. What about quantum computers and crypto security? And will hardware wallets like Tangent step up to future-proof this threat? That was the question that he asked. Peter, that is a great question. And in this video, we're going to break it all down properly. No fear-mongering, no hype, just facts, context, and what actually matters for you as a crypto holder. I've done the research so that you don't have to. Just a quick reminder, if you leave a video idea in the comments and I make it, I'll give you a shout out just like this. So let's get into it.
I am not a financial advisor. This video is based solely on my opinion on what I'm personally doing in this market. I also want to let you know that some of the links below and in the descriptions are affiliate links, meaning I may get a commission, but it will be at no extra cost to you. Please remember that under no circumstances will I ever contact you and ask you for investments. You can confirm all of my real social media handles in the description and also at milkshakematty.com. This content is for educational and entertainment only, and I'm not a financial advisor.
Before we talk about crypto, wallets or security, we need to understand what quantum computing actually is. Traditional computers, the ones we use every day, work using bits. Those bits are either 0 or a 1, on or off. Everything your computer does comes down to millions of these tiny yes or no decisions. But quantum computers, they're different. Instead of bits, they use something called qubits. And a qubit can be a 0 and a 1 or both at the same time. This concept is called superposition. Now, I know that sounds strange, but the key takeaway is this. Quantum computers don't just work faster, they work completely different to any computer you have ever seen or used. That difference allows them to solve certain types of problems that would take normal computers thousands or even millions of years. And one of those problem types that quantum computers are really good at is breaking encryption. And that's where crypto enters this conversation. Crypto relies on cryptography. That's not a buzzword, it's the foundation of the entire system. When you own crypto, you're not really holding coins. What you're holding is a private key. That private key proves ownership and allows you to sign transactions. And it's mathematically linked to your public address. Right now, the cryptography used in crypto is extremely secure. So secure that with today's computers, brute forcing a private key is essentially impossible. We're talking it would take a normal computer longer than the entire age of the universe to crack it. But quantum computers introduce a theoretical future where some of the maths could become easier. And that's where people start asking, does quantum computing break crypto? This is where we need to slow things down and inject some realism. The short-term answer is no. Quantum computers today cannot break Bitcoin. They cannot crack wallets. And they are not an immediate threat to crypto security. Current quantum machines are extremely unstable. They are highly error prone and limited in scale and massively expensive. They're great for research, they're great for experimentation, but they are nowhere near capable of attacking real-world cryptography. Most serious estimates place a meaningful quantum threat at least 10 to 20 years away, and that's an optimistic timeline. And here's the most important part. Crypto is not static. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other networks are not frozen in time. They evolve, they upgrade, and they adapt. The idea that crypto would just sit still when a new computing system emerges does not line up with reality. There's simply too much money involved. One of the biggest misunderstandings that I see online is people thinking quantum computers instantly destroy crypto overnight. That's not how it works. Even in a future where quantum computers become powerful, there would still be years of warning. There'd be academic papers written on it, and there'd be test networks. And most importantly, there would be gradual upgrades. Cryptography doesn't suddenly fail one morning when you wake up. There's already something called post-quantum cryptography, algorithms designed specifically to resist quantum attacks. These are already being researched, tested, and standardized. So the conversation isn't will crypto die, it's how will crypto evolve. Now let's address Peter's actual question, because this is the part that really matters for everyday users. What about crypto wallets? And more specifically, what about hardware wallets? Hardware wallets work differently from hot wallets or exchanges. Your private keys never touch the internet. They never leave your device and are stored inside a secure hardware. Even if encryption standards change in the future, hardware wallets are not suddenly obsolete. But why is that? Because they can update their firmware, they can adopt new signing algorithms, and they can integrate post-quantum standards. Quantum computing doesn't magically bypass physical security. It doesn't teleport your keys out of a secure element. It doesn't override offline signing. If anything, hardware wallets are better positioned than exchanges or hot wallets to adapt to the future as it changes. Now let's talk specifically about Tangent because Peter mentioned them directly. Tangent uses secure element chips, offline key generation, and no exposed seed phrases. And they also have card-based physical security that you hold in your hand or the ring like I've got on my finger now. That design already removes a huge amount of attack surface. And here's an important point. Future-proofing isn't about predicting the exact algorithm of tomorrow. It's about architecture. Hardware-based security, offline signing, and upgradable firmware are exactly what you want when technology evolves. And if quantum resistant standards need to become the norm in the future, hardware wallets are the first place that they will be implemented. Not exchanges, not browser extensions, hardware wallets or cold storage wallets. While we're in this section, a big shout out to Tangent. There is a link in the description for a 10% off all the Tangent cold store wallets, or you can head over to tangent.com yourself, and at the checkout and the promo code section, you can put in milkshake Matty, all capitals, no spaces, and you'll be getting that 10% off. But if you use the link in the description, the deal will already preloaded for you for that 10% off. Now, here's the part that might surprise you. The biggest threat to your crypto today is not quantum computing. It's leaving funds on exchanges. It's phishing scams. It's fake wallet apps. It's SIM wraps, malware, and basic human error. People worry about quantum computers in 20 years while clicking dodgy links today. That doesn't make sense. That is backwards. Quantum is a long-term conversation, but poor security habits are a right now problem. Literally today's problem. So what is the takeaway from all this? First, don't panic. Crypto is not about to be broken by quantum computing. And second, understand that crypto will evolve, just like the internet evolved, just like encryption evolved. And third, use proper security now. Cold storage, good practices, and trusted tools. And fourth, stay informed, not fearful. Fear sells clicks, but understanding builds wealth. So Peter, honestly, great question. This is one of the best long-term security topics that has been suggested yet. So thank you for that. And again, guys, if you want me to cover a topic, leave it in the comments. And if I make it, I will give you a shout out just like I have Peter. If you found this useful, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new. And let me know in the comments what you'll think about quantum computing and crypto security. Thanks for watching all the way to the end, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. And remember this, the strength of the wolf is in the pack.